Jak and Daxter is about a fictional planet that has a wide variety of environments and abandoned ruins. Jak is a 15-year-old teenage boy, and Daxter was transformed into a hybrid of an otter and a weasel called an Ottsel. They grew up in Sandover Village. An ancient race known as the Precursors created an energy called Eco that dominates their world. The Precursors are also believed to be the creators of all life on their planet. Both Jak and Daxter live with the Samos, the sage of the green eco, and the father of Jak's love interest, Kira.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising?
Rule number 1. I don't date animals.
Kira built a flying zoomer, which is technically a hover bike, that the boys used several times in their adventure. The main enemies in the game are lurkers, led by Gol-Acheron and which is the Dark Sage, and he's played by Dee Snider, and his sister Maya, which is played by Jennifer Haggood. The effects of the dark eco turn them evil. Their goal is to create a giant silo filled of dark eco to
my aching head.
Walk it off, tough guy.
Containment the rest of the world also. The other characters are blue, red, and yellow sages. The blue played by John D. Crosta, the red played by Sherman Howard, and the yellow played by Jason Harris. They are masters of their own ecos, which was organized by the different colors you've heard. Against Samos' warning, Jak and Daxter head out for the forbidden Misty Island. Once there, they see two unknown figures ordering around lurkers to gather eco and precursor artifacts. Jak and Daxter decided to leave. They were worried and decided to leave. While gathering their things, they are discovered by Lurker Guard. Jak manages to kill it with an explosive they found along the way, but the blast sends Daxter into a pool of dark eco.
Can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Baby, it's your breath.
When he emerges, he had been transformed into an Ottsel, the hybrid animal I mentioned before that is the part otter and a weasel. Because of their troubles, the boys head back home to Sandover Village, where they seek help from Samos. Samos tells them that the Gol-Acheron, which is the Dark Sage, is the only being that could reverse it. They need to head north to Gol across the deadly fiery canyon, which Samos' daughter Kira offers up the Zoomer in exchange for enough power cells for it to work. The boys train for their adventure in Geyser Rock. They find enough cells to power the Zoomer in Geyser Rock, a neighboring jungle, a beach off the village coast, and a misty islands. After finding enough cells, they make their way through the fiery canyon to the rock village, to the home of the Blue Sage. Upon arriving, they find that the village has been attacked by Lurker Claw, and the Blue Sage has vanished. So the first boss of the game brings you to the Dark Eco plant, which is pretty simple mechanics, since how this is over a 20-year-old game. The only thing you're going to do is survive. He's going to spawn these turtle-like bug things that's got spiky things on the back. You're going to survive them, kill them off. He's going to spawn pedestals, jump up the pedestal, smack him in the face, jump back down, and repeat process. And you'll eventually be able to beat him, which is then going to lead us to the second boss. The second boss being Claw. He's located in a volcanic region. So this boss is also fairly simple. Only thing he's going to do is throw all these boulders. You're going to jump from platform to platform, survive as many of them as you can. And then he's going to create another platform that leads to him. He's going to throw some more boulders. Again, you're going to survive. Eventually, you're going to get up to the front. You're going to get like this cannon-like orb. You're going to shoot all these orbs at him. And then you're just going to repeat process again. And he's dead. Upon beating Claw, make sure to go back up, grab your reward, and celebrate with your best buddy. And then it's time to move on. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, was a game developed by Naughty Dog. And it came out for the PlayStation 2 on December 4th, 2001. It actually started getting made around 1999. and it was originally known as Project Y. And the final boss of the game is Goal and Maya's precursor robot. Now this one's got a little bit more mechanics, but it's still pretty simple. You're just going, when you land, you're going to survive until he throws out the light ecos, and then you're going to grab them and then fire those at him as many times as possible. And then he's going to summon some enemies while you're still trying to survive everything he's throwing at you. Once you kill off all these enemies, he's going to eventually throw some bombs down on the field. You're going to have to jump around all these bombs in order to survive. And then again, eventually he's just going to throw down some light ecos, and you're going to grab those and then shoot him. And eventually you're going to it's going to lead into having to overcharge his gun, the weapon that the robot actually has, which leads to the destruction and actually getting absorbed by all of the dark eco that they was trying to harness the power for. They hide and explore an abandoned underwater precursor city while Kira powers the zoomer and clears a path through Klaww's destruction, allowing them to defeat him, then move forward to the ancient volcanic crater where the Red Sage lives, but he is missing as well. Samo sends the boys to hunt for more cells for Kira to upgrade the zoomer's heat shield. This is when the truth about the missing sages is revealed. The blue, red, and yellow sages were abducted by Goal and his sister Maya. They plan to drain all of their combined dark eco for evil. The boys then explore a dark cave filled with lurker spiders and a mountain-like tundra by the volcano's summit. As they make their way through the lava tunnels, head towards Goal and Maya's citadel, they run into Kira. She reveals that Samos has been caught and captured by them. Now that the four sages are under their control, the Acheron siblings begin restoring excavated areas to release the dark eco from the silo that they built. Jak and Daxter manage to rescue the sages with enough time to intercept the machine and engage it in battle. However, they only possess the power to destroy the eco weapons. They will need a power far greater to defeat the siblings. Samos, the blue, red, and yellow sages combine their four equally different ecos into one eco. This creates the light eco. Daxter has mixed feelings about the light eco because it is what he needs in order to transform back to his human form. But after contemplating, though, he thankfully decides to let Jak use the light eco to defeat the siblings, Goal and Maya. Goal and Maya, unable to escape the cockpit of their destroyed machine, so they plunged into the silo where they assumed were to be dead. That their world ultimately saved the group, then decided to focus their attention on unlocking the fabled precursor door.
You have what it takes to be heroes.
But Daxter, now we can't change you back.
Don't worry about me, baby. You know what they say. Big things come in small packages.
And with that comes the end of the game. The world is finally saved. Jak and Daxter is, well, still pretty best friends. Daxter has no hopes now of returning back to his normal state, but he's okay with that, just because of the sacrifices that was made was for surely worth it. The sages was saved. They was found to return back to their rightful towns that they reside in, and who knows what happens with Jak. And who knows what happens with Kira. Do they get together? Maybe that's decided in the second game. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll for sure see about that.
Holy yakko! What could that be?
Wow! It's an ancient precursor door. It looks like it will only open if we fill all 100 holes with power cells.
We're heroes, remember? We have 100 power cells.
This door is known only to be opened with the energy of 100 power cells. Once the door is open, it reveals a large mysterious object engulfed in a beautiful but blinding light. This large, mysterious object is kept a mystery until the second game.
Why the precursors?
As the video comes to a close, I do want to make some honorable mentions about some Easter eggs that Jak and Daxter has actually appeared in other Naughty Dog games. Number one being the Uncharted series. You can commonly find various archaeological artifacts lying around. Everybody knows this about Uncharted. One of the artifacts you find, though, is a precursor orb from the Jak and Daxter series, although in the game it is simply referred to as a strange relic. And then you can unlock the unlockable outfits in The Last of Us. It's simple at first. Ellie actually is able to wear long sleeve shirts and a hoodie, but more items are incorporated as Jack's goggles and Daxter's backpack is incorporated. The irony at this point in The Last of Us is Ellie has possibly never even heard of the games thanks to the apocalypse. And then you can also find Jak X Combat Racing, being the fourth game in the series, and it is a kart racing game. Now this actually comes from The Last of Us Left Behind in The Last of Us 2. There are sections where you wander through an arcade and it's possible to find a broken Jak X arcade rig. However, only one in Left Behind can be interacted with, which is consistence of Ellie sitting down and having a pretend play. And you also get an achievement, so that's awesome. And that's called Jak X, called Nobody's Perfect. Jak and Daxter board game is also in The Last of Us. As you move through buildings to escape the hunters within the city, upon meeting Henry and Sam, you end up passing through the toy shop, and it has various board games. One of which is a Jak and Daxter themed board game. And then we have Jak and Daxter PS3 game, which is also located at The Last of Us. And you could find 3 PS3s dotted throughout the levels if you look closely enough. But The Last of Us 2 continues this trend, and you can find the PS3 in Ellie's house near the beginning of the game, complete with Jak and Daxter game box nearby. Jak and Daxter toys, which is in The Last of Us 1. You can find some toys of Nathan Drake, Jak, and Daxter, which are located in a kid's bedroom of a house as you pass through. I truly do appreciate anybody and everybody who stuck with me through this adventure. This is definitely an awesome series that I want to continue to do, not only for people out there like yourselves, but people like myself who haven't played all the games. I have played a lot of games, but I haven't played all of them. And doing things like this is definitely going to help me experience the game without playing it. After all the research I've done through this game and getting all the information that I've gotten and to share, even all the way down to the Easter eggs, I truly do feel like I've experienced the game for myself. So, until next time, everybody, I appreciate you. Stay hydrated. Much love. Peace.